spiritual wars that begin everything that American troops have done in Iraq, all the fighting, all the dying, the bleeding, the building, the training, the partnering, all of it has led to this moment of success.
Better than tyranny, corruption, and torture chambers. You deserve to live as free people, and I assure every citizen of Iraq, your nation will soon be free.
Yo, Esau! Yeah, let me holler at you for a second, bro. You remember me? Yeah, when I used to rule the world until you put me in this motherfucking shithole. But it's all good. I forgive you, Esau. But I've been hearing some crazy stuff, man. And you've been polluting the sea. You've been polluting the air. You've been polluting the water. All the animals are crying out against you, Esau. Most High ain't happy with your ass. I just gotta tell you, when I get out of this place, when the Most High come back, I'm gonna chew your ass, Esau. Your ass is gonna be mine. Believe that.
Hello, I am Priest of the Most High, Lucifer D. Lambew, and you are watching the Lampshade's current events, end of days. The world is changing, O Israel. Freakish weather conditions, super tornadoes, typhoons, tsunamis, record-breaking flash floods, droughts, famine, pestilence, and hunger. In addition, we face global instability, financial crisis, the fall of the US dollar, civil unrest, a police state, the RFID chip, aka the mark of the beast, leading up to World War III. One world currency, one world religion, one world government, aka the New World Order. And did I mention aliens, bro? The Lampshade's Blood Moon Saga complete series has ended. But it's done. You can go back at any time and watch all 7 seasons. Check out our journey from when we were, coon Christian pastors, and how it's changed to finding out the truth and knowing that we were Israelites from the tribe of Judah, and finding out who the real God was, and is and will always be. And that's Yah and his son, Yeshua HaMashiach. 7 seasons come and gone. But make sure, because you don't know when the internet's going to go down. You don't know when any of the calamities that are coming that will come to pass. Will make viewing the internet, will make viewing websites and things that you are used to seeing online no longer accessible. Hello. Things have changed a little bit, O Israel, as you may have noticed, since C.E.R.N was turned on. Kind of a acceleration of many things we're going to talk about today. The UFO acceleration, sightings, as well as a truck to World War III. Also, we're going to go over the next portion of this blood moons to be expected on April 4th roundabout. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this. Since C.E.R.N was turned on, we have Oklahoma news where they were dealing with regular, citywide stuff going on, and a video behind the interviewer, behind the news person on mainstream media. All of a sudden, you see this orb that appears out of nowhere, bright light, unidentified flying object in the city span that they were doing, and it just swoops down and lands, gets, and the movement it has on the video feed, you can look it up, on the internet. Once you look up Oklahoma news UFO, I'm sure it'll come up on YouTube. But the video feed shows that this unidentified flying object just comes around. It's not moving like a meteor. It's actually coming closer to the camera and going down into the city. And it's clearly not a weather balloon, not a military plane or nothing of that nature. It's some sort of a fallen alien type of spacecraft. And it's interesting too that when the media gets wind, because obviously they're watching the feed too, it was a live broadcast. When they get wind of it, all of a sudden you start seeing the camera pull away, bruh. You see, because these media personnel, these people in the mainstream media, this puppet show that they're performing for the masses is contrived. They're not actually out there answering or looking for the answers of secrets. They're not actually out there looking for the answers to the questions that are really on the minds of the populations. They're out there for theater. They're out there to give you something to look at, to make you stop thinking, to allow the fluoridation of the water to truly do its work on your brain. Because every opportunity they actually have to actually solve something or to actually draw light to something that is true, yet outside the normal premise of this prism, this mental prism that the population live in, they support hiding the truth. Now you would think that if a normal person, was a news person and they got footage of this type of stuff, proof that there's aliens, that instead of spanning away from it, trying to avoid it as if it's not there, they would actually try to get more information. I mean, wouldn't you think that a news person's defaulto facto mentality is to be nosy? No, they ain't paying The elites ain't paying their asses to be nosy. The elites are paying their asses to follow the leads that they give them for the dead-end stories that lead to nowhere, for the entertainment of the masses, not the education of the masses, while they are preparing bunkers in every aspect, piece of land in America for the continuity of government, which basically means, you know, the rich elite, you know, these bastards that have sold out the American public can go ahead and tell tale and run. The policies that they put in place to create the World War III that they planned hundreds of years ago can be carried out on the backs and the blood of all the people that are foolishly and stupidly screaming, rah, 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 go America, rah, 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 go any of these other countries in the world, when in reality, you know, they ain't got your back, bro. You're a bottom feeder to them. You're just another mouth to feed, and they're not interested. I mean, they're feeding you some Monsanto's poison garbage, and they don't even like to have to do that. The stuff they're feeding you is killing you. The stuff they're giving you to drink is poisoning you, and they're mad that they even have to keep up the charade long enough to do that. You know, these same cabal have total control over the food producing distribution of the whole United States. There's no competition when it comes to, you know, your food, your water, in its production or in its distribution. There's no competition anywhere. It's a bunch of monopolies. Same players, different, you know, it's different faces, but the same key family bloodlines controlling everything. Controlling everything, bro. Everything. And they're tired of even having to push down the lever that allows the slop that they put together in a fucking science laboratory to drizzle down to the masses the major science project that they've been doing over these some odd years. They're even tired of having to push the lever, so just kill them all. And when the numbers get decreased, they'll come out of their bunkers and then they'll push for one world government, and whoever's alive left after this nuclear holocaust, well, all of a sudden you're gonna see your elected officials again. I mean, you're gonna see Obama, you're gonna see, you know, these same pieces of garbage that's, you know, in the media. You know, now they're all of a sudden gonna come out again talking about one world unity and the end of all war under their one world government, their one world establishment, their one world religious institution. You know, you're gonna see the faggoty Pope, and they're all gonna talk about peace, love, and harmony all of a sudden, and how they're gonna make sure that the mistakes of the past never happen again. Even though to anybody who has eyes that can see and ears that can hear and have any kind of real knowledge about history, you know, it's the same jokers that are running this world into a ditch that are all of a sudden going to try to come out after the result of their policies to try to make it seem as if they got the solution. When motherfuckers, these guys ain't got the solution. They never had. Not at least a solution that's going to end in nothing else less than bloodshed and less than death, less than, you know, disease and the destruction of what's left of the planet. So, and that's just the kind of escalation we've seen in these UFOs just in America. There's footage available online right now where, you know, we see alien motherships, basically a big orb that lets out, you know, 5 or 6 other orbs, yeah, in Russia. You know, different alien UFO sightings that are taking place in Russia, where they have like the darkened sky turns all the way to like some sort of a greenish, light greenish color. I mean, the whole sky with clouds. You can't really see what's there, but you obviously know that something's moving in the fucking neighborhood. And we even said here on Lambew's Current Events in the days that, you know, extraterrestrials, aka fallen angels, demons, Nephilim, have been meeting with Putin to get World War III ready and to give him some sort of assurances so that he has or is emboldened enough to push the button and start an apocalyptic kind of catastrophic events that will come to play, where all these other nations get together and fight with thermonuclear weaponry. Now, for all those who still think to themselves, this is madness, there's just no way, I'd like to let you know that first off, they think that this is going to be some sort of limited nuclear exchange, where they can basically turn the nozzle of the war on, and once the first few nukes start falling, people are obviously going to have a distaste for the amount of catastrophe that's happened or that will be happening on a second by second, minute by minute basis, and that somebody's going to give, like they did in Japan during World War II or so forth, where they dropped Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and then a day later the Japanese gave up. So they think this World War III is going to be some sort of a limited nuclear exchange, bro, but these motherfuckers are crazy and they're stupid. The country ain't going to shoot 1 or 2 nukes, see how it goes, and then decide whether to shoot more or not. I mean, they're going to shoot them all. They're going to put their sights on America, and they're going to put their sights on this nation, this enemy of the world that's been bombing other countries for like 50 some odd years, that's been enslaving people, that's been economically enslaving the world with their dollar and forcing everybody to trade America's paper as if it's a commodity, as if it's gold and silver. They're not going to just do a limited exchange with America. They're going to aim and they're going to fire everything they got at the motherfucking boogeyman of the world. And when the cloud's done, no one's gonna stop until their quiver is empty. But these demons can't. They ain't telling them that. They ain't telling Esau that. They're just saying, to just continue. Building this World War III up. We got you guys on both ends. Now notice in Russia, we're seeing a lot more activity, because in Russia, their apparatus for like hiding this information isn't necessarily as good as in America. See, in America, their deal with these demons is basically the anonymity. To be hidden, to be secret. They've been doing secret dealings with them for a very long time, but not Russia. This is Russia's new best friend. These guys are, they're gonna give the bear its teeth again. They're gonna sharpen the bear's claws. They're gonna give the bear its power, bruh. So far as Putin's concerned, fuck it. Let the people see that we got backup from on high. That we got interstellar backup, motherfucker. Let them see that 4 foot something ass Putin has, got backup, that these UN world powers can't even fathom. Let them see it. Putin don't give a shit. He got his cool shit. They saw him. Wasn't he riding a motherfucking bear or some shit in one of his commercials or something? I mean, flipping niggas over in one of his commercials that he was showing his physical prowess, beefing himself up. So hey, somebody sees an extra terrestrial craft or two in Russia, let the world know Putin and Russia got some extra technology and some powerful friends in very low places. So he don't care. Sure the hell he ain't putting the amount of money and time and effort into hiding the fact that America has been doing over these hundreds of years or so. But see, because for America, having this alien help and alien contact or whatever has been a strategic advantage over the rest of the world. But for Putin, for Russia, having this kind of alien backup and fallen angel backup, demon Nephilim backup, is a sense of boistering they're célibataire, boistering their strength, boistering their resolve, and their might, kind of like a snake that curls up, a rattlesnake, and you hear the rattle, and you see the fangs. It's meant as a deterrent, but best believe when the shit goes down, you know, they're letting everybody know that there ain't gonna be no fucking sucker, there ain't gonna be no punk. So it's just a different mentality when it comes to the West and the Russia and so forth. They just have a different way in which they think. See, in America, these motherfuckers, they hide everything and they just slithery tongue liars. Now, not to say that Russia ain't lying too, it's just that they're not afraid to show the bulge in their pants, on the side of their pants that show that they got a gun, you know, before the fight starts. They're not afraid to show that they got weapons, you know, that they got help, that they got a strategy and a plan, where the other guy, you know, hides those things. Nonetheless, though, so you know, we got a heightened truck to World War III. We got maneuvers going down with Japan doing the same thing, showing weaponry off, getting stuff ready, getting their aircraft ready, whatever we're not. Now, look, bro. The next thing we got on our calendar is the third blood moon in April. And then we got the final blood moon that's going to be in September. Now, the final blood moon is supposed to fall on, I think, the day or the time that all Israel's debts were supposed to be wiped clean. So there's a very big opportunity, very big chance that wiping away of Israel's debt's going to wipe away for 144,000 the debt of our servitude and the curse that's been on us and our ancestors for breaking God's laws, statutes, and commandments, aka the 10 Commandments and Levitical laws and that sort of thing. You know, the 20th of March fell on the day of Nisan, which was the day that God, you know, led us out of Egypt, our ancestors out of Egypt so many years ago. So the stage is being set to whereas, you know, all these players, these demonic forces, and, you know, also the forces of light, the forces of the Most High, are setting the stage for this major battle. Now you see, what happens in heaven happens on earth and vice versa. So right now in heaven, you got these opposing forces that are doing battle, and we're going to see the ramifications of those battles on the earth in due time. But you can definitely see how those celestial beings, you know, these beings are already beginning to try to take form on the earth. And with the C.E.R.N being turned on the 13th, which happened, you know, we're seeing an increased amount of this activity, bro. An increased amount of this activity. So there you go, oh Israel. In the news for Israel, the lost sheep of Israel, you so-called Negroes in this country, we're seeing an increased amount of death for our children in the streets. We're seeing an increased amount of murders within our community. What can we look forward to come April 4th? You know, the blood moons signify events for Israel. So look to the mainstream media, look to the news outlets, look to the you know, the media or the alternative media, and we'll do our best to compile together some of those things and talk about them. Also, if for all of our viewers out there, if you come across some video footage, if you come across some news footage, and you want to know what the Israelite perspective on the material that you come across, because, you know, we're doing our absolute best, pray the Most High, to look at these things and to compile them and pray about them and go over them before each and every broadcast. But if you get something before we do, or you see something before we do, be sure to message us. You know, leave a comment with the link on it, and we'll take a look at it. And if it's newsworthy, if it's worthy of the reporting, we'll most definitely go into it and let everybody know where we got the information from. But in that wise, everybody's eyes and ears are open to make sure that as these events begin to snowball, that the people of God are well aware of them and able to translate how that impacts the Israelite community as a whole and the world really as a major benefactor to the negatives and the positives of these things. The negative being World War III, one world government, the mark of the beast that's coming up. The positives being we're still waiting for the arrival of the anointed. That can happen any day now. Any time during this blood moon saga, blood moon cycle. If you haven't seen the Jew Prophecy 2020, I would highly recommend that you see it. It's on our website. The 400-year curse, which started in 1619, ends 2019. The Most High can and will call the anointed before that time. He said, "For the anointed's sake, it is written for the anointed's sake that the time will speed up for them." So they can and will be called first, and those are going to be of the seed of 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes of Israel, with special emphasis on Judah to be anointed first. 12,000 from the house of Judah, which happens to be the so-called Negroes here in America. All right, so keep watch out there, keep vigilant, make sure that you are, subscribing, sharing these links, making it go out there for everybody to see and everybody get their hands on, tentacles on. A lot of stuff comes up on this news telecast. But again, we can't get everything. And you children of Israel, this stuff ends when you wake up. All we're looking for is 12,000 strong Judites to recognize where they come from, who they come from in the book, in the Holy Scriptures, and to return back to our God, Yah, in righteousness and to His law, statutes, and commandments, bro. That's all we're looking for. And the truck to waking up our brethren, and the truck to spreading the truth. If you see something, keep your eyes, keep your ears open. Comment, drop the link so we can take a look at it, and together we can prepare for the Most High's arrival. All right, and thank you for watching.
Are you ready, O Israel, for the end of days? Planet Nibiru, polar shifts, gigantic meteorites the size of cities hitting the earth? You better have your Yahshua HaMashiach seatbelt on, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. Lampshades Ministry is an Israelite ministry from the house of Judah, and we do not accept tithes and offerings of money. The word of God is for free and not for sale, bruh, at any price. I'm your host, priest of the Most High, Lucifer D. Lambew. Join us next time if you're still breathing and one of these worldwide calamities haven't ghosted your ass. This is the Lampshades, current events, end of days. Shalom, bruh. Wake up, so-called African Americans, Black Americans, let me tell you the truth. Liberty or a noose, the choice of a Jew. You're a Hebrew, brother, you're a Hebrew. Your story don't begin in America, for forever, you were born as a Jew, made a slave in Egypt and all around the world. You're a Hebrew, brother, you're a Hebrew. 400 years in captivity, the facts don't lie. You can bury the truth, but the truth won't die. You can stain on glass, won't change the facts that our Lord Jesus Christ is black. You can rewrite the past, that don't really fly. You can remake a movie, you can try and deny. You can paint him white on the cross, can't change the facts. Lord Jesus
is black. The greatest deception was turning day to night. Is to say black Jesus is why.
Hebrew nation, you can't stop us. Slavery couldn't break us, so we won't stop. We rise to the top, even though you thought not. We the true Hebrews, though you cock block. We won't stop. Hebrew nation, you can't stop us. Slavery couldn't break us, so we won't stop. We rise to the top, even though you thought not. We the true Hebrews, though you cock block. We won't stop. God created man in his very own image. What the Father has begun, the Son will finish. The people of God spoke Hebrew, not Yiddish. What the white man destroyed, the Lord will finish. The people of God has the mark of the Lord, identifying factors that no one can ignore. Feet of bronze, hair of wool, and among the poor, Jesus Christ was a black man waiting at the front door, screaming, let me in. If you do, I will dwell in you. Wash your feet, make your heart brand new. Let me in, I will take away your sin. I will love you like my kin. Don't reject the Hebrew skin. Let me in. The true Hebrews were meant to be a blessing to the nations, but their heritage was erased during slavery, and they were replaced by fake Jews. Deuteronomy 28 tells the story. Hebrew nation, you can't stop us. Slavery couldn't break us, so we won't stop. We rise to the top, even though you thought not. We the true Hebrews, though you cock block. We won't stop. Hebrew nation, you can't stop us. Slavery couldn't break us, so we won't stop. We rise to the top, even though you thought not. We the true Hebrews, though you cock block. We won't stop. Yeah, man, you gotta know your Bible, man. Revelations chapter 2, verse 9, and Revelation chapter 3, verse 9 speak of the true Jews. We the true Jews, you the fake nation, you can't stop us. Slavery couldn't break us, so we won't stop. We rise to the top, even though you thought not. We the true Hebrews, though you cock block. We won't stop. Hebrew nation, you can't stop us. Slavery couldn't break us, so we won't stop. We rise to the top, even though you thought not. We the true Hebrews, though you cock block. We won't stop.